The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time, they can grab for a solid gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. And his throw is going to be incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Play action. Now Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Cheetah with a pick. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Here we go.
They are They're in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Wentz. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
11 Thomas.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
But they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not the 4. He's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now it's Burrow. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Landon Collins. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun again to Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
11 MT, take. 11.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Burrow. Flushed it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Burrow will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Here we go. Hey, you got to go.
They go play action with Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength that kind of put those doubts to rest right there. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
11.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And now here's another interception. And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19 from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
74. You did it. Hey, empty.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. That's caught inside the 20. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Wentz now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The tackle made by J.T. Woods.
Ready?
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Draw play, Madison, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, it's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
Now Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, they're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. On 1st down, Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Treston Ebner with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot... There he goes, left side. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 154 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Wentz now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
11, 11, 11. 11 empty. 11 mighty.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
I'm one, right? 12.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 70. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
11.
On third down, Burrow. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
11 empty, paint. 11 empty, paint. 12.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way.